7. Let's turn attention to business now. The Debt Management Office has announced 2 federal governments of Nigeria savings bonds for subscription of 1,000 naira per unit. According to GMO, the first offer is a 2-year federal government of Nigeria savings bond due on February 14, 2025 at an interest rate of 12.7% per annum. The second offer is a 3-year FGN savings bond due on February 14, 2026 at 13.75% per annum. The Debt Office announced the bonds are offered at 1,000 naira per unit, subject to a minimum subscription of 5,000 naira and in multiples of 1,000 naira thereafter, subject maximum subscription of 50 million naira. It's assured that FGN savings bonds, like other FGN securities, are backed by the full faith and credit of the federal government of Nigeria and charged upon the general asset of Nigeria. And let's talk food security now, as the Lagos State government is asking the private sector individuals to adopt the food hub model towards boosting food sufficiency across the state, thereby complementing state government efforts. State Commissioner for Agriculture, Ms. Abishola Ogunsoya, said this at his stakeholders forum with agro-traders tagged Lagos Food Systems Champions Sensitization for Market Women at the Lagos Food Hub, Idi Oro, Mushi, Lagos area. The Lagos Food Hub, like others being planned by the government, was established by Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu administration as one of the direct answers to food insecurity and sustainability plaguing the country. The Lagos State government had launched the State Agricultural and Food System Roadmap 2021 to 2025 as an intervention for ensuring food security for Lagosians.
Currently, we have the Fresh Food Fair taking place. So right now, we are operating as a weekly market. And the idea around the food fair is to utilize the period for sensitization of the market women to train them before they take over finally the entire space. But this program today that we are having, so apart from the fact that the fair is going on, we also have the Lagos Food Systems Champions Sensitization Program tailored to market women, just to talk to them about waste, talk to them about creating profitability for themselves, finding new ways around transportation, storage and processing, all in bid to ensure that wastage is reduced to the barest minimum.
So we are trying to clamor the fact that we see the farmers and the marketers, they should cooperate with one another, because the farmers have what the marketers have. So we in turn create an enabling environment in the urban farming, where whatever they use as waste in the market can be turned for the farmer in terms of their fertilizer, and in turn they make their gains.
Away from there, the need for quick measures to unlock the potential of Nigeria's marine and blue economy has been underscored. Maritime analyst Mr. Bolaji Akinola contend that achieving the expected $1 trillion revenue from the maritime sector will pose a significant challenge for the government unless deliberate efforts are made to expand key segments of the sector for greater economic benefit. TVC News correspondent Ifuna Yeze has more.
It is widely acknowledged that Nigeria, with its extensive coastline along the Gulf of Guinea, boasts abundant marine resources with immense potential for economic growth and development. The Chief Executive Officer of Ships and Ports, Mr. Bolaji Akinola, acknowledges this reality. In his analysis of the sector, he argues that for the government to actualize a $1 trillion benefit anticipated from the blue economy, mere rhetoric would not suffice. Instead, he emphasizes the need for concerted efforts and actionable initiatives.
There is need for an alignment of purpose and say, look, okay, in fishery, because these are the low-hanging fruits, the coastal trade, the international trade, and even the fish trawling industry. We also need to look at and say, look, how do we now ensure that we get more Nigerian fishing trawlers into this business so that we can stem capital flight, we can retain value locally here,
Mr. Akinola also addresses Nigeria's negligible participation in inland and coastal shipping, emphasizing its significant impact on efforts to rectify trade imbalances and foster economic development.
Nigeria loses a lot of money from international trade. The movement of crude oil out of this country, the importation of petroleum products into this country, and the importation of many other goods into this country. On the average, I think about 5,000 vessels from statistics, about 5,000 vessels come into Nigeria. None of these vessels, not one belongs to a Nigeria. So imagine if we have a strategic plan to say, look, of these 5,000 vessels that are trading with our country, we are going to ensure that within the lifespan of this administration, we ensure that Nigerians are able to do 10%.
He proposes that by investing in port infrastructure, streamlining regulatory processes, and improving operational efficiency, Nigeria can revitalize its inland and coastal shipping sector, reduce trade imbalances, and promote inclusive economic growth. Ifunanya Eze, TVC News, Lagos.